again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside. And by golly, we're ready to go with another week of championship wrestling action, Davey.
Oh, I tell you, opening match of the day, we're going to have the Manchurians in here. They'll have the manager, Sputnik, Monroe, with them, going against Joe Stark and Mike Meroni. Then we will have Sonny King, Tony Boyles in action today. Also, Ken Lucas, Rick Morton teaming up against Buddy Wayne and David Oswald. And if we have time for it, and I hope we do, we're going to have Carl Fergie and Eddie Gilbert teamed up to go against Killer, Carl Krupp, and El Mongo.
Boy, there's a big tag team together, and Carl Krupp and El Mongo, a couple of Jimmy Hart's charges in there, and going against Carl Fergie and Eddie Gilbert. So we'll be looking forward to having that one in there. In addition to that, Dave, we've got some excerpts in time. We didn't get the entire 22 minutes and 4 seconds that the match took, but we do have a good portion of a World Heavyweight Championship match. You know, Billy Robinson just back from Japan and a tour over there, successfully defending his CWA World Heavyweight title. He took on the muscle man from Melrose, Paul Ellering, in a dynamite match. We'll have more to say about all of the action, and we'll get to it. Come up in just one moment. Don't you dare go away. I mentioned a little bit earlier on the opening in there that we do have a videotape of the World Heavyweight match that took place between champion Billy Robinson and challenger Paul Ellering. This took place in the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee, and I got to tell you, Dave, this is one time that I have really got to say that I wish that every wrestling fan throughout the entire area had the opportunity to be right there and see it. It was a tremendous match. You got to give the devil his due. There's a lot of things about Paul's and his attitude and things like that that I'm not always that pleased with, and manager Jimmy Hart to boot. But, boy, I will tell you what. Billy Robinson, I talked to Billy after the match was over with, and he had nothing to say, but, boy, that was a tough one, man. You got to see it. Let's see excerpts of it right now. Billy Robinson, the World Heavyweight Champ, defending against Paul Ellering, the big muscle man from Melrose.
Has been not in control, but certainly has been the lead aggressor for the last 4 or 5 minutes. Waist lock, Paul hanging on, mangling Billy's face with those powerful arms. Look at Robinson. Takes him back in a suplex. Super move to lift the 235-pound Ellering straight up from that position. Billy down and hurt, and Ellering right back. But he picks him up, drops him over the knee. This could be it. No. Kicked out. I thought he might have him. Now he's got him in a reverse neck breaker. As Robinson puts Ellering down. Double him over. There's the cover. 1, 2. And Ellering won't give it up. Takes him up, crooks him down. Uh-oh, Billy hurt his leg. His leg was not set when he came down, and he dropped that big form of Ellering on the side. Hart saying, go after the leg. We've passed the 15-minute mark. He's going for a single crab here. He gets him over, but Robinson still with his shoulder up. He's battling him. Referee asking Billy, you want to give it up? You can better believe with that big, beautiful belt at stake, he's not going to give it up easy. Ellering lifts him straight up off the floor, slams him back down. Now he locks him at the knee, but Billy gets to the rope. Ellering on the break kicks him. trying to protect that leg. You can see Ellering going for it. Finally, on the third leg dive, he grabs him. Buckles Robinson down. Puts it around his head, and look at him squeeze it. Ugh. Power that guy has in those arms. He's using his own neck. He's pulling it right around in there, and Ellering has got the strength to do it. Billy Robinson battling him, trying to hold it up, and Ellering really putting on a tremendous effort to take away this world title. Billy Robinson has been in trouble for about the last 9 minutes. Robinson waist locks him, takes him back. Ellering has some of the pressure off, and now he gets out of it. Billy, as Ellering swung at him, he missed him. Goes for that single leg dive again, dumps him out, kicks one on the leg as Robinson on the apron, and the referee trying to get in between, and back he finally does, back Ellering up. Smart move on Robinson's part. I'd take the full at least 9 count or 8 count. Get that circulation back in that leg. Billy up on the ring apron, starts through, and immediately Ellering right after him. Robinson firing at him. They're exchanging punches. Billy put him down, but he didn't have the strength in his leg to hold him into it. Side headlock. Ellering picks him up, drops him on it. Robinson hurt. We're coming up on the 20-minute mark. Once again, Ellering going for the leg. Trying to kick it out. Look at Billy. Monkey flips him. Misses the leg dive. Grabs it. Billy can only react so many times in a row. Ellering has really hurt him with that leg. Look at that spin move. Around behind. Waist locks him. Ellering going for it. Kicks Billy back, and Ellering caught in the face. Nope, he's around behind. Waist locks him. Pulls the leg up. Dumps him down. And now he sits back on it once again. Ellering in control.
20 minutes past, 40 minutes to rest. 20 minutes past, 40 minutes to rest.
Paul Ellering with that toe hold on. He sits back on it. Robinson trying to work his way out of it. Ellering moves the hold and bars the leg. He's another guy. I mean, that's another thing that this guy can do that not many people can. Woohoo! And Billy Robinson, using that wile of his, banged him. Comes off the rope with a forearm. The referee indicating legal. Trying to pick Ellering up for a slam, but his leg's just too weak. He's going to have to get it another way. Right on the ropes over there, the referee breaks it up, and Ellering backed up as Billy underneath the rope. Super championship defense by Billy Robinson. He's been in trouble much of the match, but he, using that cunning that he has and that great wrestling ability, has not caved it in as many wrestlers would have. He stayed right in there and battled him. Ellering caught the surfboard on his feet. Billy trying to plant his head and pull his arms back. Ellering airplanes him around. Now he's got Billy. Robinson picks him over. And moves it beautiful. 2, 3, he got it. What a great move. Billy Robinson, 22:04. Super move by Billy Robinson. Ellering tried to kick out the way he had in the first couple of minutes of the bout. Robinson hooked his legs up, got in for a 1-2-3, and 22:04. The challenge of Paul Ellering comes to an end by a great win by Billy Robinson.
Boy, yeah, I still get the chills, man, looking at that son of a guy. You know, you take a guy like Robinson, and that is the reason why he's the world heavyweight champion. There's no question about it. Ellering, with all the things that you can say negative about him or anything you want to say, the guy is so tremendously strong. He's in such great shape that in Billy, I took Billy to the airport after, and as I told you earlier, we were talking on the thing, and Billy said there were a couple of instances where he thought he had the opportunity on it, but Ellering was just so strong, and he'd weakened the leg to where he couldn't take advantage of the thing. And what he did was he used what he had, and that was that cunning and that ability and that wile in there, and that move he put to get those shoulders down was just unbelievable. And I just got to tell you that when you stop and think how young Ellering is and how relatively limited experience as a professional wrestler and how far he's gone in there, there's no doubt about it. Boy, well, what can I say? I thought it was a super match, and we had to share it with everybody on Championship Wrestling. And that's all of it. We got a bunch. Stay around. We're going to be back with more wrestling action coming up in just a moment. Hi, we're going to be back in the ring in a moment. We've got so doggone much to talk about the Gardens next Tuesday night, but I do want to remind you folks tonight in Greensburg, Kentucky, Handsome Jimmy's going to be there. Carl Fergie will be there. Sonny King, Paul Ellering. Thursday night, July the 31st, Cannleton, Indiana. The Superstar will be there. El Mongol will be there. Dr. Bill Irwin, Killer Carl Krupp, and it should be big nights in both of those towns. You be sure and be there. That's Greensburg tonight. All right, how about Tuesday night? Now, quickly, I want to tell you there will be a double elimination tag match in which there will be a total of 6 teams. Killer Carl Krupp, Dr. Bill Irwin, the Manchurians with Sputnik Monroe, El Mongol and Sonny King, Handsome Jimmy and Carl Fergie, Ken Lucas and Rick Morton, Tojo Yamamoto and Eddie Gilbert. All of them in this tournament that will determine who will get the Southern Division shot at the CWA World Tag Title. Now, we'll tell you about the rest of the card in just a moment. I want to talk to Ken Lucas and Rick Morton about that. The Southern Heavyweight or Southern Tag Team Champions. And here's a shot, Ken, that if you can survive it, and how does it work? I understand double elimination, but how's it going to work?
Well, the teams keep going in the ring, Lance, until a man is eliminated twice. And he's got to lose twice, and then he leaves. And it's going to be a very hard tag team, and there's a lot of good competition in this tag team, and everybody be going out to get that world title chance, you know. But I feel that myself and Ricky, not bragging, we stay in very good shape, and we do a lot of, what you'd say, loose exercise and everything to keep ourselves limber and fast, and I think that's going to pay off in this tournament.
Well, it's one of those things, Rick. I would think that conditioning has got to have a lot to do with it, because as I understand it, you just keep going, right? It's one continuous piece of action until there's only one team that hadn't been eliminated twice.
Yeah, that's right, Lance. You get as much as 9 matches out of it. But I like to say, me and Ken, we're going to give it our best shot when we get in there.
We'll be looking forward. Rick Morton and Ken Lucas, 2 of the gentlemen will be in that big tag match. You be there Tuesday night, the Gardens. Don't miss it. Okay, right now we want to take the opportunity to bring in here for just a moment. You saw the World Heavyweight title between Paul Ellering challenging Billy Robinson, the World Heavyweight champ. An event, I think, of note is the fact, and obviously you're looking at the big muscle man. Paul Ellering has what he has been looking for, and that is a return Southern Heavyweight shot. He with manager Jimmy Hart out here. And Paul and Jimmy, I wanted to get you out here. I will get all the comments that you have to say. I know that it was an unusual event, and I'll get all the things that you have to say about this return Southern Heavyweight title match. But first, if you will, just stand here and listen with me to the comments of superstar Bill Dundee, who is the champion, the Southern Heavyweight champ. Bill had these comments to make regarding the Southern Heavyweight title match coming up with Paul Ellering.
Bill, the title match has been signed. I know all the requirements must met with your satisfaction because you signed the contract. I know that you wanted Ellering to put his hair on the line. He didn't do this, and I'd just like to ask you what brought about the changes where you decided to give Ellering the title match.
Well, Ed, Paul Ellering's been going around town. He's been going out every place he goes. He says, Bill Dundee's a 7-day wonder. He says, Bill Dundee couldn't beat me 2 times in a row and everything. And I guess he's saying it loud enough and long enough that people are starting to come up to me and say, Bill, are you scared of Ellering? Do you think you can beat him 2 times in a row? And I guess that's the reason I signed it, Ed. He's just going around saying that, you know, next time he wrestles me, he's going to beat me, and I just don't think he can.
Well, Bill, you know, Paul Ellering had the belt quite a while. He was a tough champion. In all of his press statements and press releases and his interviews, he made the statement that his face has never been busted open by a wrestler and that it's not going to happen. He's the tough and the men can't get to him. And we just want to ask you, how's your feeling on that?
Well, the facts speak for themselves. It's true, he hasn't. He's never had his eye busted. He's never had his nose broke. He hasn't had nothing like that happen to him. But just let me refresh your memory. I'll take you back a couple of years. There was a boxer by the name of Muhammad Ali. He used to go around saying, I'm the prettiest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. Nobody can mark my face. Nobody can do nothing. Then along came Ken Norton and broke his jaw. So I think the facts speak for themselves. If you get the right punch, it'll do the damage, brother. I'm going to try to do.
Well, Bill, when we got together and signed the contract, Ellering made a lot of brags, and we know that Ellering seemed like he's come to his heyday in the last few weeks. He gave Bill Robinson the toughest match I've seen Billy have since he was a champion. He made a lot of brags at the signing, and me, myself, I just hope they don't come true.
Well, that's true, Ed. I stood and I watched that match, and Paul Ellering did give Billy Robinson a tough match. Now, you can't take nothing off him, and Robinson's a great champion. But Paul Ellering, well, see, to win the championship match, there's one thing you got to do. You got to pin the guy in the mat. 1, 2, 3. When you're the champion, there's a lot of ways you can keep it. Now, all I can say to Paul Ellering is he's not going to take the belt.
Well, I hope that the honesty will rub off on the 2 gentlemen that I am standing here with. Dundee was honest enough to say, okay.
I'll be honest, Lance Muscle. I'll be honest, and I got some bad news for all my lady friends out there, Lance Russell. I've been in love, girls. I've been in love for a long time. Ask me how long, Lance Muscle.
How long, Paul?
Ever since I saw my reflection in my baby bathwater. You know, Lance Muscle, if I could find somebody who loves me as much as I love myself, I would marry that lady on the spot.
Yeah, well, that's very impressive, Paul. Very impressive. I think that you know that Bill Dundee is one of these guys who just doesn't give up. He beat you for the title. Now, however you want to look at it, Bill Dundee is the Southern Heavyweight champ, and he's man enough to come back and defend it against you.
You know what Bill Dundee did after he stole the belt? He went on a safari, Lance Russell. He went to Africa to beg a lion. And when he saw that lion, Lance Muscle, he begged and he begged and he begged for the lion to please go away. Look what I got here, Lance Russell. Look at this here. Look, fans, this is a Mr. Bill doll. That's right. That's what I got here. I got a Mr. Bill doll. What do you think of that, Lance Muscle?
Whatever you say, Paul.
Now, this little Bill doll, this Mr. Bill doll can talk. And do you know what he says? Let's ask Mr. Bill what he has to say to Mr. Paul. Let's ask Mr. Bill. Well, Mr. Bill, how do you feel since you've become the champion? Well, I feel real bad, Lance Russell. I feel real bad, Lance Russell, because I stole the belt. I stole the belt from Paul Ellering. There you got it, Lance Muscle, right from Mr. Bill's mouth. He stole the belt. Now, Mr. Bill, who is your hero?
Well, Mr. Paul, you're my hero. You're so big and I'm so small. I wish I was as big as you, Mr. Paul.
Mr. Bill, do you know what you're saying?
Oh, yes, I do, Mr. Paul. You're my hero. I love you. I wish I was just like you, Mr. Paul.
Well, Mr. Bill, do you know what I'm going to do to you in our wrestling match?
No, Mr. Paul, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. No, Mr. Paul, don't take my leg. No, no, no. No, Mr. Paul, no. My arm don't go that way. Don't twist my arm that way.
Look at Mr. Bill now. He don't have an arm and he don't have a leg. What do you say now, Mr. Bill?
No, no, Mr. Paul. Don't body slam me, Mr. Paul. No, no, no.
Dundee! You don't mean nothing to me, Dundee. All I want is you. The belt is immaterial. All I want is you.
Paul Ellering, a little carried away. It'll be a scrap. You can bet on that. You know Dundee well enough to know that he's not going to give it up. I'll give the credit to the big muscle man and his ability. He certainly has proven that. It'll be quite a bout when they get together. Dundee's agreed to it. Paul Ellering is waiting to take it. We're going to take our time out and be back with more wrestling action coming up on Championship Wrestling in just one moment.
A one-fall, 15-minute time limit match introducing on the right of your screen at a total of 458 pounds from Arkansas, Joe Stark. From Memphis, Tennessee, Mike Meroni. And going against him at a total of 482 pounds from Manchuria with their manager, Sputnik Monroe, the Manchurians. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee, Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, very large Manchurians. Stocky, hard to beat, going against the young team of Joe Stark and Mike Meroni. Jerry Calhoun says, ring it, we rang it. Here we go, David.
Sputnik. What's the Manchurian over there? Stark and Moroni with their work cut out for them. Manchurian pitches down on the mat. Manchurian goes for the hair. Mayer by the Manchurian over to the corner, gets the tag. Here comes the other one in. A couple of rugged guys. We've seen them a couple of times before. Manchurian finding himself in trouble. Two minutes gone in this one. Meroni and Stark make the exchange. Manchurians make a tag. on the ropes. Manchurian with a chokehold. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to physically remove him. Manchurian on the throat. Referee finally gets him backed away. Back in the ring. Oh, what a chop. He put him on the mat, followed with a stomp a couple of times. Manchurians make a tag. Manager Sputnik Monroe seated in the corner approvingly. Count is 1. Manchurian picks him up by the hair at the 1 count. 3 minutes into the action. A 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Manchurians make a tag again. Foot across the throat. Referee starts the count. That broke the choke. Manchurian just hanging on. Meroni, Joe Stark. Quite a battle. Giving away weight, giving away experience. Boy, the Manchurians using it to their full advantage here. We're about 4.5 minutes into the action. Manchurian got a hold on. Whoop, he broke out of it there. Rocks down with that upper part of the arm, across the chest. There's the tag. Manchurians tagging in and out at will. Meroni in there for a long time. There's a choke again. One of the favorite holds of the Manchurians. Wrap the hands around the throat and choke. Meroni off the rope. Manchurian with a spear. He just tagged by the Manchurian. Ooh, the double team here.
Man.
Yeah, 1, 2. Joe Stark trying to help. Can't do it. Count of 3. Stark jumped in there to try to help his partner and save the 3 count, but the Manchurian pretty well camped there. And the 3 count, the Manchurians get the win. Sputnik Monroe in the ring. Oh, he's happy. He's satisfied with the situation. Meroni rolls out of the ring there. Boy, he was worked over a long, long time. Joe Stark started. He was in there for a couple of minutes, and then Meroni the rest of the way. 6:03 the time on it. And the Manchurians get the win.
You know, that's bad combination when you get a couple of guys as stout as the Manchurians are and as prone to administer the punishment, and you put them together with a mind like Sputnik Monroe when he wants to be, and boy, he wants to. He's got visions of Sugar Plum Fairies and world titles and all that kind of thing in there. You saw it. The Manchurians end up with a victory. Sputnik Monroe's team. And we got more wrestling action coming up. We're going to take time out. We'll be back to it in just a moment. Channel Channel 3's Championship Wrestling continues here in the ring in just a moment. Listen, next Tuesday night at the Gardens, I need really about 15 minutes to talk about it, but I do want to tell you this. In addition to the tag tournament matches that will be held in there, and those son-of-a-guns will go on forever. They will be great, continuous action. There will be a midget men's match, and that'll be Cowboy Lang against Little Tokyo. And, of course, the Southern Heavyweight title match when Paul Ellering, the muscle man from Melrose, will be trying to regain his title from superstar Bill Dundee. You heard from both of them. Let me explain to you just a little on the Southern Division Tag Elimination Tournament. All 6 teams will be out at the ring at one time. They will, by lot, start out 1 and 2, and they will go from there, and the action will be continuous. Each team stays there until they have lost 2 matches. Then they go back to the dressing room. It continues until there is the winner. You'll want to be there Tuesday. Finally got his boots laced before he got in the ring one time. Let's have the official introductions. Davey?
One fall, 15-minute time limit match from Arkansas at 191 pounds on the right of your screen, Tony Boyles. And from McCall, Louisiana, 242 pounds on the left of your screen, Sonny King. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee, Paul Morton.
Bell time. We're ready for Sonny King. Sonny would be the heavy favorite here, heavy in the fact of, what is it, about 254 or something like that,
Yeah,
260 or what?
Well, I have him at 242.
242,
today,
boy,
yeah.
I'll tell you, he is a big 242 any way you look at it. Sonny King going against a youngster in there who we really have enjoyed watching him develop. He's developed right here on Championship Wrestling, Tony Boyles, Dave. And Sonny, dangerous. Boy, this guy, he really, you can see the size of him. Don't get to the point where you say, Tony Boyles, he can't. Look at Sonny turn him. And there are moves like that, you say, but this Boyle is not a guy that quits. He reminds me of Dundee in that respect. He takes his lumps, but boy, look at him go after Sonny King. Something.
He's a battler, all right. Boy,
I don't believe it. And this is a one fall, 15-minute time limit bout. Yeah, okay. Referee Paul Morton. Boyle's trying to figure a move. You better be careful now. Sonny, get him involved and grabbing in those hands and all. And Sonny with that tremendous height and that weight advantage. Boyles is going to have to use speed to go around him, and he went straight ahead at him, and look at that. Sonny went around beside, took him back down, but Boyles carried it right on over. Look at Sonny now hooking him in there, starting to waist lock, and Boyles kicked his way around. One thing about Sonny King, Dave, you always got to watch. Sonny King waits, he bids the right time, he just waits, and look at that. See? It still amazes me how quick he is for as big as this guy is.
And he's part psychologist. Some of the moves he makes in there, he'll try to get his opponent involved in something, catch him off guard, and bang, got him for the pin.
Yeah. I think you're seeing an illustration, and this is not to criticize, but Tony Boyles, he is so game and so gutsy. He just goes straight in on Sonny. You look at that move in there, reversed it on Sonny King. King, a real surprise, but Boyles may have to go with a little more side-to-side, leg dives, try to go behind, and that sort of thing.
Straight ahead will get you in trouble sometimes.
Look at Sonny King. He's amazed. He's looking at a guy that he's got 6-7 inches on. He's got plenty of weight. He can't believe that he got a reversal on him in there, but Boyles did it, man. I'll tell you, the crowd appreciates it. Goes for a side headlock on Big Sonny. Uh-oh. Sonny slips, takes him into the hammer. And the thing about King, it's like a boxer who has got a great left hook or a right cross or something. He'll go along 6, 7, 8, 10 rounds, nothing happens, and all of a sudden, bam, one of them, and before you know it, that's all.
That's got you.
And that's the way with Sonny King. He will go, he'll mash around, he'll find his weak, he'll set a guy up, and then all of a sudden, either the spear or whatever it is, boy, and the next thing you know, it's 1, 2, 3. But Boyles, letting him know he's there, straight ahead again. He's trying to crab him down. Sonny was going to take him straight up. And only got a 1 count out of it, but he did get a 1 count.
And Sonny, again, a little bit aghast here that the audacity of this young Tony Boyles to lay him down in a crab when he was supposed to be banged down hard on the mat. Good
Yeah,
action.
Sonny amazed, I think, that he couldn't slam him, couldn't get him off his feet.
That was a good, quick move by Tony Boyles. Sonny now wraps the arm up.
We're 4 minutes into the action.
4 minutes in, and we've got 11 minutes to go. As Sonny King around behind with a hammer. Tony looking for a leg. He drops him. He couldn't sustain it, but at least he got him out of it. He grabbed the leg and dumped him right down. Nice move by the young fellow. The big athlete from McCall, Louisiana, taking his time. Goes to, Sonny got himself caught in the top wrist lock, and Tony did. Bad news with King when you go up like that. He is so strong, and he's got that height and size. Tony Boyles trying to battle him. He's got a hard way to go because Sonny's got him by a good 30, 40 pounds or so. He moved under him instead of trying to tape. Sonny thought he was going to go straight back up top and battle him on the wrist lock. He planted a hip and popped a hip toss at him and got him right over and got out of it again. Impressive effort by the young fellow from Arkansas. Sonny King now looking at him straight. Watch him side to side. He'll move in there, keep you off balance. Boyles straight ahead again. Goes into a side headlock. Sonny again with a hand. Takes him into a hammer. But Boyles moves him over the top.
Boyles didn't let him set. As soon as Sonny got the hold, and Boyles made a reaction, and that did it. That broke the hold. If you let Sonny set up on you with that strength, he's going to have you there for a
There's
while.
the whip, Dave. Look out. Hey, sunset flip. One. Nope. Uh-oh. Boy, let me tell you, he rolls him into a crab position. 1, 2, 3. That's all. Sonny King with his hand raised in there, and there it was, Dave.
Yep.
He that time he didn't spear him, he didn't do anything, except one thing. He hit him with that powerful right hand in the midsection, knocked the wind out of young Tony Boyles. He took him down into a crab position, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. As Sonny King came out victorious.
5 minutes, 50 seconds the time.
5:50, and Sonny King with, as usual, an impressive win over young Tony Boyles. And I'm impressed with Boyles. I still say he's paying his dues, but, brother, he's letting you know he's in there battling in there. Good bout. Sonny King, Tony Boyles. We got tag action coming up with the Southern Tag Team Champions. Ken Lucas, Rick Morton will be here right after we take time out for this.
Ring right now, the Southern Tag Team Champions. They're going to be in a non-title match today. Belts will not be on the line, but they own the belts nonetheless. They wear them proudly, and they have defended them successfully against all the folks who would try to take them away in the last few weeks and a couple of months. Matter of fact, Ken Lucas right there, closest to you. And back in the corner, Rick Morton. They're awaiting their opponents. Referee Jerry Calhoun just left the wrestling arena to try to get the competition in here. Here they come. And shortly, we will be underway with what is, again, a non-title match. It's one fall, 15-minute time limit. One fall only. 15 minutes the overall time limit. And introducing, at a total of 468 pounds, on the left of your screen, from Memphis, Tennessee, Buddy Wayne. And from Jonesboro, Arkansas, David Oswald. On the right of your screen, total weight 414 pounds, the Southern Tag Team Champions. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Ken Lucas. From Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
I know, I'm sure it's getting repetitious, Davey, but hey, what the heck? I still love it. Ken Lucas, Rick Morton with those belts. Here's a team nobody ever thought would upset a team and win the belt. But, brother, they have kept winning. and they just won't be beat. And I guess it's that thing that you can't beat somebody who won't be beat.
That's right. Well, they've got quite a team, as you will see here. Watch their teamwork. Now, right there is a good example. Tag out often. Keep the fresh man in there. Also, with a tag team, it's a thing that either works or doesn't. It's something you can't learn, but you have to kind of have a feeling for where your partner is, when your partner needs help, where he is at all times. Ken Lucas came in. Speaking of feeling, I think David Oswald feeling that one as Lucas really popped him.
Man, he unlaced his shoes with that son.
Ken Lucas out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Street fighter. He'll tell you that. He's back to the corner, and here's Rick Morton, his partner. Rick, good background in amateur wrestling. You'll see some fine moves in Rick Morton's matches. Off the rope, shoulder butt. Oswald hit the mat, but back up quickly. Rick Morton right after him with a headlock. Minute 2 gone. Non-title match. Back to the corner. See how they tag out quickly? Keep that fresh man in there. Don't stay in there and get tired. You cost yourself a match.
You know, Dave, you're talking about Kenny in there, and Ken, I think, is very honest about it. I've talked to him on and off the microphone, and Ken will tell you, when I was 18 years old, I was reluctant about breaking the rules, and I wanted, you know, to continue my amateur wrestling style and that whole thing. He said, I've learned a long time ago that you do with what you have to do with. Absolutely. And if it requires knuckling some of these guys, and boy, let me tell you what, he'll do it in a minute, just in a minute.
He'll do it, and he's the perfect balance for Rick Morton on the tag team, and that's why they hold those belts, and that's why they've been able to defend them so successfully. Morton back in there. Buddy Wayne in there. Whoa, Wayne shoved him down to the mat. Rick started after him. Buddy says, wait a minute, referee. Let me explain what I was doing here. And that was legal, sir. Well, anyway, I don't know what the ruling was. We're back into action. Rick Morton winding up a headlock. Now, Buddy Wayne says, see, ref, here's what I'm doing. I'm just putting my hand on his chin and shoving him down to the mat. Rick, I think Rick said Buddy Wayne may have been doing that with the left hand, but with the right hand he was pulling his hair. We couldn't see from our camera, from our angle here. You may have been able to see on camera. There's a tag by Rick. Here comes Kenny Lucas. In, starting the cheer. David Oswald steps in. Lucas, Oswald. Oswald over near the ropes. Referee Jerry Calhoun's going to make Kenny break it because Oswald had feet under the, both his feet under the bottom rope. Lucas with a leg drop. Oh, look at him twist that toe hold. He turned that leg sideways. Ken makes the tag. Rick Morton comes in. 4 minutes gone. Rick taking over the toe hold. And Ken Lucas started. Oswald looking for the corner. Buddy Wayne said, yeah, come on over here and I'll tag and I'll be in. Morton and Lucas trying to keep him away from that tag in the corner. They're working on his leg. They've got it hurt, and they are going to keep working on it. Oswald does not give it up. Jerry Calhoun has asked him now about 3 or 4 times, and Oswald's still hanging in there. Ken Lucas still hanging onto the hold. Pulls him back closer to the corner, tags Rick Morton. Rick with a knee. Oswald reaching for the tag. Rick pulls him back close to the corner. Tags Ken Lucas. Oswald on his feet. Can't go too far, though. Kenny drops him to the mat. Helps him back over closer to the Lucas Morton corner. Well, look at the twist he's putting up.
Good afternoon. I'm Loretta.
And there is a victory for Ken Lucas. Rick Morton, 622.
The combination of the teamwork between Lucas and Morton, and you were just commenting about that outside toe hold in there and the way he had taken it away, and I think you're exactly right. He had, that's all Oswald could think about. Boy, am I ever going to walk him?
Yeah, right.
Am I going to walk out of here with just one of them and all? And boy, Kenny slipped around behind him so quick after he got in the ring and popped it on him and cut that circulation off on that sleeper hole, which is really an Americanized version of the sleeper hole. We've talked about that a lot. Okay, we'll take time out right here. We got more action coming up in this expiration of time. We've got an expiration of time match coming up.
Yes, we do.
We'll be looking for the Killer and El Mongo. We'll be back in just a moment. Yeah, back to the ring in just a moment. How much else can I say? Southern heavyweight title match. Bill Dundee, Paul Ellering, you've heard it all. Now it's all done with, and it'll be happening up there Tuesday night in the Gardens. A midget men's match, Cowboy Lang and Little Tokyo. Double elimination tag match, the Southern Division. The winner of this will go against the Northern Division winner for a shot at the CWA World Tag Team titles. I obviously am standing here with the very large Manchurians and the Brain Trust, the guy who keeps them moving and going in there. The Manchurians and Sputnik Monroe. Sputnik, of course, your team is there, and I know what you got your eyes on.
It's just a shame that to get to the Southern Tag Team Championship or the World Tag Team Championship, you got to trample down a bunch of guys and cripple up a bunch of guys, because there'll be 6 teams going out there, but there'll only be one coming back, and that will be Monroe's magnificent Manchurian man-eaters. Because there's no 5 teams in the world that can beat my men 2 consecutive falls. I don't care where you go to get them or where you come from. They're the greatest. They got the greatest bodies, and I got the greatest minds. I've always said it takes a fine mind and a fine body and perfect coordination to support the habits of the sweet man, which is diamond rings and Cadillacs. And these men are the men that can do it, and I'm the man that can be their general and engineer it and put it together.
Well, obviously, if you accomplish what you have said you were going to accomplish, that means that you will be just one notch from having a World Tag Team Champion.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. The Rice Cannibals, the little pink-faced beauties out there are going to be overcome. Youth and exuberance will be overcome by a little deviousness and experience. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Yep, you heard it right from the mouth of Sputnik Monroe and his big Manchurians. They will be 2 of the guys that will be out there, and Sputnik will be behind them. Be there.
And Sputnik Monroe, winners over Joe Stark, Mike Meroni, and it was Sonny King defeating Tony Boyles, Ken Lucas, and Rick Morton over Buddy Wayne and David Oswald.
And the great Robinson Ellering World Heavyweight title match, which I guess is significant. Only we wanted to share it with the fans, and that whenever the return Southern heavyweight between Dundee and Ellering comes up, boy, it'll let you know what kind of action it is going to be. That's about all the time that we have for Championship Wrestling today, and we're looking forward to having you back next week when the roughest, toughest wrestling action that you'll find anywhere will be coming around. We'll be looking for you. So until we see you next time, for Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.